the secret project has ramped up in recent weeks. And of course, Mark Gurman knows all about it. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman with us now. So Mark, what can you tell us?
Thank you for having me, Emily. So over the past week, there have been numerous reports claiming that Apple is in final discussions or nearing an agreement with Hyundai or Kia to develop an Apple electric car at a plant in Georgia or elsewhere. We're told, however, that these talks paused several weeks ago, and it doesn't appear that they are moving forward on any agreement anytime soon or potentially in the future.
So talk to us about how this fits into the longer journey that Apple has been on, with its car making efforts. I know that there have been some twists and turns.
Starting in 2014, Apple set out to hire thousands of engineers to develop a car that would compete with Tesla at the time and launch around 2020 or 2021. There were many development challenges related to management of the project, self-driving, quality control, et cetera, back at the time. So they pared that back to focus just on the underlying self-driving car system. At the end of 2018, they hired Doug Field from Tesla, who ran the development of the Model 3. When he came back, he assessed the situation, and several months into that, he determined it was time for Apple to start going back to building a car. So last year, they formed a small team as part of this self-driving car effort to work on an actual car body, underlying car components, everything that goes into a car. And now they're at the point of exploring, hey, who are we going to work with, right? Are we going to work with, a big Italian car maker? Are we going to work with a German car maker, an Asian car maker, right? And so I feel like they're still in that situation where they're looking who they're going to partner with to manufacture it, or if they're going to do something more similarly to how they designed the iPhone and use a Foxconn to produce it.
Now, talk to us about how Apple's approach is different than other tech giants. Of course, Google with its self-driving car technology that it's been working on for a really long time. Microsoft just announced a partnership with GM and Cruise to be the cloud behind their self-driving car efforts. What makes Apple different?
Yeah, so big differences here. So the Google partnership with Ford recently was about getting the Android operating system pre-installed into nav systems for many of Ford's cars starting in 2023. The Microsoft portion is something similar there with other car makers. Google with Waymo, they focus very much on being sort of an Uber for the self-driving generation, whereas Apple is very much looking to take the Tesla approach. Same thing they do with all their products. They build this nice, pricey car, and they sell it, and you buy it, and you drive it. Or it drives you, actually, I should say. Whereas, Waymo is looking more towards a fleet. The big difference between Apple and Tesla is that Tesla is 100% all-encompassing. They design, build the cars, they do all their manufacturing, they do the battery production, whereas you can expect the Apple car to be a mishmash of custom components from all over the global supply chain, just like any other Apple device.
So quickly, Mark, while I have you, I know you've been looking into the relationship between Apple and Facebook. They've been getting increasingly publicly testy about one another. You've been looking into how they actually potentially benefit from the tension in their relationship. How?
So this has been a mutually beneficial relationship for many years, right? Apple sells phones or keeps people going to other platforms by, allowing, despite all the issues with Facebook, it to continue being on the platform. Whereas, Facebook has made so much ad revenue over the years by having access to those over 1 billion iPhone users and other device users. So it's mutually beneficial, but, the tension is heating up, and it will continue to do so over AR and VR in the years to come.